The final years of the 18th century were called the Age of Revolutions. But one usually thinks of the American Revolution starting in 1763 and the French Revolution of 1789, not the Haitian Revolution of 1790. Indeed, in those changing years, a particular group of black slaves, men, women, and children, would rise. In just 10 short years, they would fight and create the nation of Haiti, the truly first free republic in America. The only revolution that materialized the ideal of enlightenment, freedom, fraternity, and equality for all. In 1790, French colonist Labarre wrote to his wife in France to reassure her of the peaceful state of life in the tropics. There is no movement among our Negroes. They don't even think of it. A revolt among them is impossible. Freedom for Negroes is a chimera. Just a few months later, the events would ridicule these racist assumptions.
A nation is not an act of creation, but a process of growth. You will take the city of Cape Haitian, but only when it is reduced to ashes. And even on those ashes, I will fight you.
What happened in Haiti contradicts most of what the West has claimed about itself. The silencing of the Haitian Revolution is part of a narrative of global domination. Nevertheless, the revolution played a central role in the collapse of the entire system of slavery and in the liberation of Latin America. Haiti created the possible. The Haitian Revolution was unthinkable, even as it happened, but unthinkable only in the framework of a self-centered Western thought. Unthinkable in the West, not only because it challenged slavery and racism, but because of the way it did so. It was the ultimate test of the universalist pretensions of both the French and the American revolutions. And they both failed that test. Confronted with this unthinkable, Napoleon sent 65,000 troops to re-establish slavery in Haiti. His whole army was defeated within 2 years, forcing him to renounce his American dreams and sell all his American properties. The so-called Louisiana Purchase doubled the size of the United States, and through this added power, would accelerate the conquest of the rest of Indian territories. The debt owed to Haiti still remains to be paid.